How long you been here?
In Qingdao for maybe three months.
3 months.
3 months
I mean, in general,
in
like
China, maybe 5 years.
5 years in China.
Yeah.
And what have you been doing in China for the past 5 years?
Teaching music more or less. Teaching
Okay.
music, escaping the West. Just enjoying life here.
And how do you see life in China from an Australian perspective?
I think it's very humbly sort of endowed, very humble place, very peaceful, very friendly, very selfless people. So I quite like it. I think it's a good pattern of living.
But in the Western media, we don't hear such things like they keep saying China is a bad country.
Yeah.
Why do you think China is always reported as a bad country?
Just because they need a whipping boy, Like basically, I listen to Australian news, and every time you hear about China, it's always a negative story, But they just need like a whipping boy, like someone to sort of blame for all the problems in the world, which is just crazy because China's the one who is sort of helping to save the world in a number of regards as far as global warming and a number of different manners, but it's just Australia's got like a pretty typically anti-Eastern sort of flavour to it, so it's just blends through that,
I mean, you've been living in China for 5 years. You live in different parts of China, and you are in Qingdao. We mostly hear the economy of China is collapsing. Is that a true reflection? Because we are in the biggest shopping mall right now, and we can see we have a lot of foreign brands here. People have money going around shopping. If the economy of China is collapsing, then how can people have money to, be out shopping on the busy day Saturday here?
Well, once again, it's the media, isn't it? It's what the media is saying. I teach at quite a good school. The kids are sort of all quite well off and off. There's no problems with money there. There's problems with money in every society, but I think once again it's that whipping boy sentiment. The West just like to that like the idea of a strong China or even a strong East. So they just kind of it's easy. Talk's cheap. So they can say, there's economic problems here, but look around. There's not half of what
It's been reported.
Is reporting.
Fact, man. So what do you like about life here in China?
Just the peacefulness, the friendliness of the people. It's just very. I come from Sydney. And Sydney's a great place for a holiday, I'd say. But if you live there, you just on a week in week out basis, it's just very expensive for one thing, but also violent and a lot of unresolved sort of issues. They're always complaining about something, So it's just. I guess the fact that they don't speak the language here probably means they don't hear so much of it.
Right.
The complaints that may go on, but I just think that peaceful, friendly, selfless, and giving people that you don't really get so much of in the West.
In the West, right?
Yeah.
There are a lot of Chinese people in Australia.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
What is the average image of China in Australia? Like when an Australian hears China, what comes to their mind?
Negative thoughts.
Negative?
Oh, yeah. Oh, always. I think there's probably only one East Asian country where sort of positive thoughts come. That's probably Japan. And then maybe like Thailand, where people go on holidays and stuff like that. But China's always just been the big bad ogre of the East. It sort of typically gives a bad flavour to the it's just basically got a bad image through the media. I first came here in 1999. I saw the year 2000 Millennium night off in Shanghai at a magic night. And I've lived here for sort of some years. It's just always been, not since then of course, but it's just they've changed so much.
They changed so much.
Yeah.
Okay, you came here first in 1999.
Yeah.
If you compare 1999 and now, what are some of the changes that you've seen in China?
Well, basically the streets used to be filled with bicycles. There was no cars. There was the odd car, but it was just like streets full of bicycles, and it was just like massive No, it was a slower population. It was a lot less developed. But yeah, just since from then to now, the development's just been phenomenally large and massive, and it's great to see. They've worked. I could see back then, I could see that they had the potential to do that, because everyone worked so hard. Everyone was sort of so switched into sort of doing the right thing and working hard and giving their best for the country, more or less. And in 2099, you're going, oh, where's this going? But sure enough, that ethic has lent itself to the country they got now. And it's going to overtake America pretty soon as the #1 economy. But it's all down to the selfless and hard-working ethic that underpins the Chinese way. So it's great to see. I think I'm not sure how long I'll be here for. Let's got to use more. But I think they're threatening troll America. The Americans are a bit worried about the Chinese, but but they're not an aggressive people. They've never. But yeah.
So you mean Chinese are not aggressive people?
No,
they are not.
No.
But in the media all the time, like the reportage about China is very, very bad in the media.
This is right. Yeah, this is exactly right. I mean, if you coming from a Western media perspective, the image of China is of this big sort of overpowering or attempting to overpower massive conglomerate who's looking to take over the world. But it's not true. No, I don't think so.
I mean, it's peaceful. I mean, I'm different. I've lived in China for 10 years, right?
Yeah, okay.
But literally, I can go anywhere in China, any time of the night, any time of the day, without any concern for my safety as a foreigner living here.
Exactly right.
So sometimes I really don't understand why there's so much tension between China and other countries.
Exactly.
What do you think the Chinese people are doing different that is propelling this country to this height that we are all witnessing?
I think it's the selflessness. Once again, I think it's just the fact that everyone's in it for the whole. So people aren't sort of dragging each other down and sort of stepping on each other's heads to try and get higher, but they're helping each other up. So it's just this selflessness and cooperation. I think that's basically the essence of it.
Okay. If there's one change you want to see in China,
one change in China.
One change, something that you want to see change about the life here. What's it gonna be? Because it's not a perfect society, right? Yeah. It has its own flaws. If there's one thing that you love to see change about life here in China, what is it?
It is a developing country, and they do change, and they do sort of see that things are in need of change, and they do change that. I mean, I think more rock and roll venues. There's not much rock and roll. That's one thing I miss out of Sydney. You can still find beaches here in Qingdao, of course, and you can find a number of things that I enjoy out of Sydney, but there's not much live music.
Okay.
So that would be a big ask from my.
All right. So what is your last message to the world?
Well, be good, love one another, and and fight the good fight.
Man, thanks very much for taking me. I appreciate it, man.
Oh, very good.